Talking books. We are here at the Rebel Studio. We are here for the book launch. We have our genius sitting next to us. Someone is going to take us through their books and what made them decide to write books and who are they anyway. Matthew Olugbemi. I hope I pronounced your surname very well. I tried. Okay, my apologies if I missed it. Okay, please introduce yourself. Who are you, where you're from, and what has led us to be here today?
All right, thank you, and hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Olugbemi, resident in Johannesburg, South Africa. I am originally from Nigeria, but work here professionally as a product manager. Currently, I work as a senior product manager with Gumtree, South Africa. And I'm very much in the product management space. And this book is kind of the products of years of experience, of working, of learning, that is being poured out for other people to also learn and also grow and be established as well in the industry that I am currently in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll start with the Product Manager's Playbook. How long did it take you to write such a book, and what is it all about? And then the second one, the Strategic Product Leader, and also what inspired you. Yes, you have mentioned that it's based on your experience, right? Years of experience. But now to come up with a book, I think there's a lot of research, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of consultations, a lot of library that you spent Google or wherever, whichever engine that you used to gather all the information. Okay, so I will need to know what made you decide that you can now write a book, and how does it take to write a book? How long did it take you to write a book, and what is the difference between those two books?
All right, thank you so much for the very good question. So in terms of how long it took me to write the book, it took over a year, to write. One, because it takes a lot of research. You learn and keep learning and keep learning. And one thing about book writing is that it is also a learning adventure for me as well. Because in you trying to write, you are learning. You have to do your research. Then it makes you better. You need to know more as you write as well. But beyond that, experientially as well, this is also pulling things together from my years of experience, and then putting it in a book that will be relevant, not just to this generation, but to generations to come. Then in terms of motivation, so we have people in the IT space, or people that are willing to navigate to the IT space that still do not know their rights from their left, And I've got a lot of people I'm currently mentoring here in South Africa and also spread across different countries around the world as well. And from time to time, we have had to sit down answer questions. Some they're already on their job. Some they're just about to step into the industry, and then they come to me to share experience about different challenges they're currently having at work. Not just when I meet challenges like task, KPIs they need to meet up with, and we discuss, I share from my experience to see, okay, what's the situation over there? What can you implement to help you get to these heights? And over time, I come to a point where I decided that I need to put all of those things in a book so that getting that experience and knowledge will not just sit with having to see me or talk to me, but they have something, a reference that they can always pick up, read, gain experience. If they have any further questions, then we take it from there. All right.
Now, what's the difference between these two books?
All right, good. So, Product Manager's Playbook speaks about what a product manager do from day to day. To say, okay, as a product manager, what's product management in the first place? How do I go about it? If I get on the job, what do I need to do? Is a guide. It's a practical guide, and it is not just something theoretical. These are not theories. These are with practical examples. Every line we show you the scenario, we show you what's being applied, how do you apply it, what do you need to do in this situation or circumstances. If there is a strategy in here, it will give a practical example. How do you apply this? So that is why you see it so voluminous, because it's not just you reading, but you are getting something you can relate to, with your day-to-day work life. That's the product manager playbook. And then the strategic product leader is an advancement on this one. So now say, fine, maybe for people that are just getting into the industry, yes, this one. For people that are already in the industry, they're already professionals, then they need to lead their organization onto greater heights. Then this comes into play. Mm.
So to expect version 3, version 4 of this, are they going to be sort of like a series of books?
Um,
Edition 2, edition 3?
I mean,
Or you're going to venture into a different,
maybe.
different subject?
I could venture into, good question, I could venture into a different subject matter, still within the product space entirely. If you look at these as well, this could have been split into volume 1, 2, 3, 4, volume 1, 2, 3, 4. But then it becomes difficult also for people to catch up. I need to get volume 1, I need to get volume 2, volume 3. Okay. So let's just do a combo where they have every resources they need in one space. If they want to further advance, they can go onto this one, get all the information they also need in one space as well.
Thank you. That was clever. So now, for someone who wrote the book, are these your first books? Or you have other books before this one?
Yes, so before this, I have another book. I have the first book before this one. And beyond this as well, I've also got articles on different platforms. ResearchGate, I've got articles on ResearchGate, academia.edu, Independent Academia. I've got articles on there. On Mind the Product. Mind the Product is one of the most popular product management blog in the world. I've got an article also on there. And I've also got articles on LinkedIn articles as well.
Then you will need to get your social media links.
Yeah.
Follow you to know
Okay.
where to find your books and how much are they, and if you can just share with us also your social media handles for our viewers so that they can know where to get them and where to follow your work as well and be inspired, since this looks like it's really something that will be needed by our generation. And since you've mentioned that you can venture into other subject matters, we need to follow up and we need to know now what is our lecturer saying or doing outside there. So if you can share that information with our viewers.
All right, thank you. So I'm on LinkedIn as Matthew Olugbemi. Yeah, on LinkedIn. All right. Then if you also go on Mind the Product, I'm also there as Matthew Olugbemi as well. Then if you go on independentacademia.edu, I'm also there as Matthew Olugbemi as well. Then if you also go on ResearchGate as well, I'm also there as Matthew Olugbemi as well. So which makes it very easy. Yes.
Everywhere using your name, then we'll find you.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Did you launch the other book?
No, the other book I didn't launch.
Okay, what
All
made
right.
you think about launching this one?
One, because this is core professional. All right. It's core into the product management space. And it's it's a milestone achievement work of over a year or years of thinking through and then writing. All right. The other book as well is also involved lots of investment as well, but that is more of these are self help books. That is also a self help book as well, but I just decided not to launch that. But we will talk about that as well in today's meeting.
So now you said, where will our people find your book?
They can find the book on Amazon, Amazon.com. Yeah, Amazon.com.
Do you have a lot of printed hard copy, or is only this one for today on? Do you have hard copies where maybe people can go and buy maybe an exclusive books?
All right. So, I mean, with the digital age now, things are changing. So, these are just for the purpose of today. All right. But beyond today, it will be online. They will get it digitally on Amazon.com.
That's interesting. And you didn't cover the amount?
Yeah, on Amazon.com, it's $18 on Amazon.com. And for Amazon users that has Kindle, they can also read this book via Kindle on Amazon.
Amazon.com, and how much is it?
$18, 1/8.
180.
Yeah.
$18. That's interesting. All right, I think we will call it a wrap and give you time to go and prepare before the launch begins. And any words to the generation that does not like reading and now they slowly not liking education? Everything is just fast forward now with the AI taking over a lot of things. So, any words of advice in terms of your experience? And what do we have to say to them when it comes to education and investing into education, specific, thus knowing your product?
All right, thank you. And that's a very good question, by the way. I will start with this word that says readers are leaders. All right. So we need to invest in educating ourselves. We need to invest in developing and improving ourselves. All right. And they are read heavy, but beyond this, the next phase will be to turn all of this into video courses. So, our viewers can still look out for that as well. Yeah, so for those who can't read, then we will have the audio, the video one that can always play on the go on their phone and all of that.
You touched a very important question. That's right. $18 this one on Amazon.com and $18 this one. I think this is very helpful. I would love to delve in it. I didn't get the chance because I didn't have the hard copy. I saw the poster for the launch, but I didn't know what is the book is all about. But I think I will definitely benefit from it. So Matthew Olugbemi, thank you so very much for joining us. We wish you all the best and do enjoy your journey, as I think you will be a best-selling author with such information that is very useful. And just one last question. Do you perhaps get invited to speak to maybe universities or colleges or even companies? Because it's from someone who's well experienced.
Yes, I'm very much available, especially for upcoming young adults that are still trying to navigate their career or trying to decide what exactly they will settle for and just need guidance, so I'm very much available. I do consulting for companies as well, so I'm also very open to consulting, on that level as well. Thank you. Yeah, definitely.
So that people don't speculate. But
Yeah.
you can say that, Richard, we know everyone does come to friends. Okay, thank you so much. That's it, our good people. Join us on the other side. Let's enjoy the book launch. Stay tuned. Thank you very much. Funeka here.
Right. Good afternoon or evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. My name is Musa Mande, and I will be your host for today and coordinating the program. So we're here to celebrate and really launch this wonderful product, this great initiative, which is the Product Manager's Playbook and the Strategic Product Leader. So this is a very, very large project with a great grand vision, which we're really excited to tell you about. So that's the purpose of why we're here today, is to really raise support for this project that we have. So I'll just give you an overview in terms of our running order for today. So essentially we're going to start with just the opening. I'm going to be welcoming a number of key guests. We're then going to be having a poem. We're really excited about the poem from our poet Kenneth, who will be here. We're then going to go into the book itself, the content which we are going to be unpacking and understanding with this project over here. And then we'll also be very keen to take your questions so that you can understand more about the project for today. And then we'll give you some next steps in terms of how you can promote, how you can support the project, essentially by acquiring the book, getting it as a gift for someone potentially who you think would be interested in this, or even getting it for yourself. You can get physical copies, you can get print copies as well, digital copies as well on Amazon. And then, yes, we're really excited about where this project is going to go. So we'll be explaining all of those details in the short while that is to come. So I'd like to once again welcome everyone and acknowledge everybody who is here and who has taken time to be here. And just to get us started, we'll welcome our poet to the stage. I'm going to welcome Kenneth to come and read the poem for us.
Good evening, everyone. My name is MK, the poet. I'm Mr. Mamati Kenneth, originally from Togo. I've been a poet from the age of 50. Yes. I emerged from different categories, I might say, I've seen life. So today, my poem is very simple. A wake-up call kind of a poem. I'm here because of the mastermind. Captain, please accept my poetic salutation. On my right-hand side, when I saw the invitation, it was a jewel in my heart. We need such tools. I've been an author from the age of 15. I've produced multiple books. I do poetry in mostly 8 languages. I speak 10 fluently. I think this product, I wish I had it when I was heading Imperial. This would be an ideal tool, especially the Product Manager's Playbook. That will be ideal for myself as well, as a former manager for Imperial Logistics. And again, I see a friend to that one. It is painted in yellow, in orange, and those are my favorite colors as well. the strategic product leader. This kind of books allow me to tap into there because now we are human beings. As managers where we work, as leaders, either in private, either in public, either in government, either in the international leadership, there is wisdom in books. If you need wisdom, I'm the poet today. I've been to kingdom to kingdom. I love culture. I love tradition. And lastly, I love Africa. The reason today I'm here to recite this poem. This poem, I suggest, or in my view, when we live here, everyone, those rhetorical questions that you had, that you see, because as artists, we sit down, we look at what is happening. I'm a psychologist too. We delve into what affects us on a daily basis. So my poems start from political. Actually, they are sociological, from variety, as long as we are a society. Sometimes I remember when I met Mr. Lumumba. You know, he's a tune, a man from Kenya. He's a legend in this field. My poem is very simple. A letter from Africa. Africa as a continent asked me to come and recite a poem on behalf of the continent. As I stand before you, that's the reason why you see Africa. The reason why you see Africa is because, as a poet, this is the legacy from our forefathers. From generation to generation. Now I start. A letter from Africa. I am Africa. My dearest leaders, my lovely politicians, my African presidents, well, my name is Africa. I am the supercontinent. In history, I trade by the name called Agebula. I am the land of honor. I am the land with the great minds. Yes, of course, I am Africa. I am the land of the great Nile River. I am the land of the majestic Lion King. I am the land of the roaring Victoria Falls. I am the land that is the most wealthiest in this world. Of course, I am Africa. Leaders, my biggest question to you, I am an oxygen. Of course, I serve the North. Of course, I serve the South. Of course, I serve the East. Of course, I serve the West. Who are they without me? Wake up, leaders. The ends have arrived in full force. They are only interested in my wealth. They leave me empty. My people die in those spots. I am not at rest. I am not at peace until my leaders stand up and be the voice of the voiceless. I am Africa. Yes, I am bleeding inside me. I am a supercontinent. I will never forgive you if you don't correct yourself. I am African. I will never be at peace as long as my people starve to death every day. I'll never be at peace as long as my people are part of the python meal every day. Of course, I'll never be at peace as long as my people form part of the crocodile diet every day. Of course, I'll never be at peace as long as my people are part of the hippopotamus marathon every day. They are trampled by lions, they are trampled by elephants, they are trampled by hippopotamus. Yet, what you are interested is my wealth. How come leaders silence themselves? What makes the Western more powerful? In the presence of your knowledge. Of course, I've got my leaders who rise, prepare to stand on the behalf of my continent. I am Africa. Today I am very angry. If I speak my language in my own way, you will never be at peace as well. Yes, I can respond in the form of earthquake. I can respond in the form of a volcano. I am Africa. Understand my intestines. Understand the wealth. The wealth I've provided you with. The wealth of honor and riches. The land loved by the legendary forefathers. Yet I am not at peace. I've sent leaders, presidents, politicians, but yet every day they are doomed. They pull each other with noses and ears. Some are deaf, some pretend to be blind, yet they are educated. I am Africa. I am crying loudly. Please hear my voice from the poet. I am not at peace until my people are free, free from poverty, free from sickness, free from homelessness. I am not at peace at all. Please delve into that intellectual mind. Come with those strategies. Matthew, the chosen man, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. As I am Africa, proudly to announce you today, yet I am not at peace. Not all monkeys can hang on the same tree. I thank you.
That's all I will say. Thank you so much, MK, for that excellent poem and that call to action, and really inspiring us to think differently. So I thank you so much. I'm now going to invite our author, our esteemed guest of honor. We are here to celebrate and really get to understand his mind and his views and vision for this incredible project. So I'm going to invite Matthew Olugbemi. I will introduce him as an author and an experienced product manager and a product leader, a real thought leader and a visionary in the space of agile project management and product management as well, with an abundance of experience at various organizations and various projects as well. So Matt, I would like to invite you to the stage, and please can we welcome him with a round of applause. So what we're going to do is I believe we're going to look at some video testimonials, and then we'll also hear from yourself, and then we'll also go into our book review.
Good evening, everyone. So before we go on, we're just going to quickly listen to some testimonials, and then we'll take it from there. Is that okay? Thank you.
Hey, this is Abhishek. I'm from Doha, Qatar. I'm working as a project manager with Qatar National Bank, Doha. Matthew and myself work together for great products, and we have released great products. Today I came to let you all know that Matthew is publishing a book, and I would like to tell everyone, please go through the book, be part of that book. Let's encourage Matthew. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Habiba Adriel Hamza. I am a product manager with Verisk Analytics UK. I just wanted to take this moment out to wish my friend and mentor Matthew Olugbemi a very, very big congratulations. So here I am saying congratulations, Matthew. I met Matthew maybe about 2 years ago when I started working at Solution. Solution is a non-charity organization where we're volunteering for a good cause. Matthew was my team lead then. His dedication to work, his craftsmanship, and his skills in product management was what naturally drew me to Matthew. And true and behold, I have learned so much being closely related to Matthew in the professional field in the last 2 years. Matthew has been a mentor to me. While I was preparing for my present job interview, I reached out to him and said, "Hey Matthew, I have this job I want to go for, but I feel underqualified." And the first thing he says is, "No, you can do this, Adriel, go for it." And here I am today in a very beautiful, good career that I love. So Matthew has been a mentor to so many other people as well. And I just want to say thank you, Matthew, for all you do for the product community. Thank you for all you do for us, your mentees. I know you're also a senior product manager at Gumtree, and the work you're doing at Gumtree has made substantial impact to the communities. Congratulations on the launch of your book, Matthew. And this is to many, many, many more volumes to come. We look forward to reading and learning from you as you continue to contribute to the product community. Congratulations, my friend.
Hi, my name is Arzar Fani. I'm located in Muscat, Oman. I'm an agile product manager. I'm working as a senior product manager at MTN. I have this opportunity to work with Matthew at Solution. We are working on a social platform with focus on helping people from different verticals, from education to healthcare. It is a great opportunity to work with Matthew. It's so insightful for me. I learned from him a lot during working on the MVP, working on the product discovery and solving problem, and figured out how to define our solution and create a roadmap and other product life cycle. It's really interesting for me, and I'm so excited about his book. I wish you the best, my friend. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Chris Stauber. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area in California in the United States. I'm currently the Chief Product Officer for Solution Community, a nonprofit organization with a mission to build and support a social media platform. Our platform connects people in need with others who have skills, knowledge, and resources who can and want to help. It's a wonderful mission, and please visit our website, solution.help, to learn more about it. Now, I've been working with Matthew for almost a year, as he also volunteers for the Solution community. When I started working with him, I was impressed by how much Matthew and his team had accomplished in a very short time. The team had created a compelling vision statement and a mission document that crisply defined our objectives. There were personas, requirements documents, screen designs, competitive analyses that clearly described what we wanted to build and what others had already done, and how a solution community would be different. When Matthew first shared his book with me, it became clear why we had so much depth. Matthew is a superb product manager practitioner. He is armed with all of the formal skills and knowledge needed to be an excellent product leader. But in addition to that, Matthew also has great communication skills that are reflected in his written work. So not only are the user stories and product requirements clear and actionable, but his descriptions for how you go about creating your own are also described quite well in his books. Matthew's an excellent example of what the power of knowledge, skills, practice, and maturity can do for a project. It's wonderful for me to see how he shares his treasures with the readers of his books. I encourage all who want to become a product manager to read his works, and even experienced PMs can learn much from these well-written books. So go take a look. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm so delighted to give this review about my brother and my friend Matthew Olugbemi. My name is Emmanuel, by the way. My name is Emmanuel Daniels. I met Matthew when we both worked on a project with Solution Social Network when I was based in England, and then he was also he was in South Africa. So he was the product owner, the lead product owner, and I was a senior business analyst, and I also doubled up as a product owner. The very fascinating, very intriguing, one thing I thank God for, let me summarize by putting it that way, is my work. I was not the most effective product owner. I was more of a business analyst. But my work with Matthew actually exposed me more to product ownership. And I was able to learn a lot from him, I have to say honestly. We had a fantastic working relationship. Matthew has become like a brother to me. And would you be surprised if I told you we've never met in person? We worked on a project. We were all working remotely with Solution Social Network. He's in South Africa and myself in England. And we had a very till today. I don't work, okay, so I work in wealth and asset management. Even now, I left Solution Social Network like a year or two ago. But Matthew and I are still in touch. Sometimes when I have maybe one or two challenges at work and there's some areas where I just need some clarity, I get to call Matthew in South Africa, and he makes himself available. Maybe a 2 or 3 minute call. He shares some insight. In fact, the job I have, just my last job, from inception to the end, I carried Matthew along areas I needed to get some clarity. He took our time to explain things to me, and it was so wonderful that at the end of the day, when I got that job, the way Matthew was rejoicing, as though he was the one who got the job himself. I'm just saying that so you understand the kind of wonderful relationship that we have. I'm not surprised he's come up with this book for product owners. I'm not so surprised. I wouldn't say I saw it coming, but because of how much he knows, I thought it was about time you put this in the book and be a blessing to your generation. So I just want to appreciate you, Matthew, for your friendship, for your love. We've not met in person. Maybe one of these days when I come down to South Africa, we need to catch up. But it's like we've known each other for a long time. But I met him on a project. Thank you so much for all the good work you do. All the times I've called you. I remember there was a time I was going for one interview. I needed to speak with Matthew before going in. And what happened? This was like almost midnight in South Africa. Okay, and he wasn't feeling too well. But Matthew took that call. I didn't even know he was sick. He took that call and he was able to explain a few things to me, and he had to go. You know, I mean, he's always made himself available. He's that friend you can call on and count on. So Matthew, big ups on this book. I'm going to be ordering my copy online. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being the blessing that you are. I was also delighted to find out that Matthew is also a child of God. He's very effective in his church, just like I am as well. and we're really into God. And when I found that out, so there was now a connection in the spirit. So our relationship transcended not just work, we also became like buddies and friends because of a mutual faith that we share. Matthew, you keep going. I appreciate your love and friendship, and I trust God with you that this book will go all over the world and you'll be a blessing to your generation. You take care, bro, and keep doing what you're doing. Keep being nice to people, keep being helpful. Your heart is in the right place, and that's why we're still friends still today. I appreciate you, bro. You take it easy. Cheers. Bye.
My name is Bettine Drea. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, currently working as the head of product at Gumtree, South Africa. I've had the privilege of working with Matt for 2 short months, and in that time he's really shown his ability to think strategically as a product manager, considering the broader macro landscape and competitors, as well as his customer needs. And he's shown the ability to take the hard decisions in product management, which so few are able to take, and that is the sunsetting of a product. Matthew has been incredibly helpful in these short 2 months at Gumtree, and I look forward to seeing what he'll do in the product space in future.
Hi, Mr. Matthew. I hope you're good. I'm just sending this quick message to say big congratulations on your book launch. I wish I could be there in person, but my son has a birthday celebration, so I'm grounded. I just want to say thank you for the wonderful work that you have done, and I'm sure this is an extension of your willingness to, always share knowledge in the product management space. I remember when I ventured into the agile space as a Scrum Master, and you practically gave me a roadmap, and you said, do this, do this, do this. At the time, I didn't really know anybody in that space in South Africa or in Africa in general, and you were willing to just help. And the knowledge that you gave me, the roadmap, actually helped me, to the extent that when I started doing interviews and meeting other people, I already covered grounds based on what you taught me. And I'm sure these books are just going to be an extension of that. Thank you very much and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Hey Matt, congratulations. I'm incredibly excited to see what this launch of your new book is going to do in the product community. I've already started sinking my teeth into it, and I can definitely see it adding value, sharing learnings, and contributing on a huge scale. So yeah, again, huge congratulations. May this be one of many. I know it's not your first book, but one of many, many more. And well done. You can be incredibly proud.
Hi, I'm Konstantin Kornienko from Ukraine, CEO of Solution Community, an international non-profit organization united people from over 60 countries to drive meaningful change. For the last 3 years, I've had the pleasure of working with Matthew, who leads our product owners team with incredible expertise and passion. Matthew collaborates with top talents from companies like Google, Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and many others, helping us build a social platform that empowers charity funds, volunteer communities, and individuals to tackle global social issues more effectively. Now, with the release of his 2 new books, Matthew is sharing his expertise with the world, and you have a chance to learn something new and become a better product manager. The Product Manager's Playbook is a practical guide packed with essential skills from understanding customers to creating effective strategies, while the Strategic Product Leader focuses on advanced skills for leading teams, fostering innovations, and making data-driven decisions. Together, these 2 books capture Matthew's valuable insights from over a decade in product management. To everyone watching, I highly recommend both books. Also, I won't be able to join the launch in person. I know it will be great and fantastic event. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matthew, for showing us all of those testimonials. I think just to address the audience, we know that word author is the same root as the word authority. So I think we can really see from those testimonials that Matthew Olugbemi really is an authority when it comes to the space of product management. Can we please give him a round of applause? Excellent. So I also, we're going to get into some Q&A, but I also just want to acknowledge some notable guests that we have here among us. I know there is specific names which were shared of these notable guests, so I just want to acknowledge you. We have Pastor and Dr. Mrs. Olowa, and then we also have Onyi Waweri, and then we also have Shea Adeyemo. Thank you so much for being with us here. So I want us to get into some questions, and we are so blessed that we can hear from the author himself in terms of these main points around the book. So I want to ask you a few questions and also welcome you to please speak openly about your views and your objectives. So let's start with the big picture. What is the vision? What is your vision for this project?
Thank you, Mosa. And let us also acknowledge Mosa. Mosa is the head of delivery for technology. Top startup companies in South Africa. Thank you for honoring this day. All right. So it's about impacting the generation now and also the next generation. All right. Because in my period of working as a product manager, I've come across different people that are hoping to venture into the industry. Some that are already in the industry as well. And everybody seems to be asking the question, how do we go about this? You know, how do we go about this? How do we go about this? Not just in South Africa, but as we can see from the testimonials as well, from people all around the world, people want to just be better at what they do. You know? And also knowing, I mean, the scripture says, encourage others as well with the encouragement that you receive. Alright, so I have also been encouraged. I've also received support. I've also received guidance as well. And I see this as an opportunity to provide also guidance and support for people that are here now, people not here now, people that are also connected from all over the world as well, for them to be better for themselves, be better for their generation as well. Because if you venture into this space and you thrive and you do well, your impact is not only going to be for yourself, it's to make a very, very meaningful impact in the life of your family and in the lives of people around you. I mean, the lady that's also sent a testimonial, Adriel, because of the good space God has brought her, because of where she is now, she has also been a good support to her family back home, to our family in the UK as well, to also other people in that space as well. You know, so it has a multiplier effect. So it's not just about touching one person. It is touching one person to touching many people. You know, because if I touch you, you touch one, you touch two. Two people you touch two more. And before we know it, you see the multiplier effect. It's looking at impact beyond my previous institution. You know, to say, okay, yeah, you can actually still make impact in several other fields that will further make impact in the lives of so many other people that their generation will be grateful for. You know. Thank you.
Can you please give a round of applause? And just on with the context of what you've mentioned now, we know that in order for us to have that impact and where each one reaches one and so on, can you please tell us about where this project is going? Now we have a product which has manifested in front of us. You know, we are talking, it's a product about products, which is just so beautiful. We have these 2 books here, actually 3 in fact. However, these books are the start of something. So all of the knowledge that is inside these pages, in order for it to scale, that information it needs to go somewhere. So I'd like the author himself to tell us about where this project is going to go in terms of the information inside these pages and how it will reach large scale and many, many people. Please tell us about that.
All right, thank you, Musa. Well, so we are in that digital age, all right? So what we have here is just the very first phase of the global vision. All right, so this lays the foundation, but I can tell you, as bulky as this boat looks, this, by the time we reach the final destination, these are diplomas in each of those books, So we have the written one, which is this. Then the next phase will be to turn this into courses that people can take online. There are a lot of platforms that people can take courses from. Alison is there where people can connect from anywhere in the world and learn. This is the written version of it. There's those will be the audio visual and the video and the audio parts of it. And then depending on the quality we come out with, we will also have it on different other learning platforms around the world. There's LinkedIn Learning, there's Udemy as well, there's Alison, and there are several other learning platforms out there. So the plan is that from this, and we move on to the next steps. We put all of this video and audio, and then more people can benefit.
Excellent. Thank you. Please can we give a round of applause for that? So this information is going to turn into a course which will ultimately be a diploma, and that will be delivered in video format. I think that's really brilliant. It does take us into the digital age where this information is going to go. So then let's also look at the books themselves. So let's start with the product manager's playbook, the yellow one over there. So can you tell us about the book? Who is this book for? And what is the key message of this book?
Thank you, Monsa. It's called professional. We are product managers, and how many of us know about product management in the house? All right, cool. It's good to know that we have quite a number of people, knowing about product management now, but a lot still don't know about product management, and a lot of younger generation also coming up don't know about product management, and also do not have a clue or guide as to how to navigate their way to becoming a product manager. And I can tell you that every organization has a product manager behind their products. Every organization. If you take Google, for example, we've all seen Google, we've gone on Google, Google to search. For every feature you see on Google, there is a product manager behind it. There is a product manager. You just see Google Voice. It's a whole world of tech behind that. Google Search. It's a whole world of tech behind that. And then Google has, countless products on there. And then a whole world of team, sitting behind that. All right. So, what does the product manager do? The product manager is like the CEO of the product. All right. CEO in the sense that you will determine what gets done, why, and how. So you write a specification to say, this mic, for example, is a product. What should this mic do? When you hear it, how should this sound to you? These are all product specifications. All right. What should it look like? Why is it color black? Why do we have gray? Why is it bottom here, like this? Why do we have this tone like this? Why is this tone designed like this? Everything to specification. Anything you see in the market is not just that. Like that. For example, this book, why is it yellow? Why is the product manager white? Why is the Playbook red? You know, why, you know, so even come up with this book is, you know, it's involved also a lot of product research as well. And to also come up with the kind of design that you see design for. And also not just that we're putting the book out. What color suits the product space we're putting it in? You know, so it takes a lot of detail, you know, and which are the, and also it's agile. Agile product management, meaning the world is evolving, the world is changing. What do we know about the changing world? That would bring improvement to the services we offer, you know, and then the product we put in people's hands. You know, so these are all of the things that product manager do. And the product manager doesn't work alone, but a team of people working, you know, you and myself know, you know, you've got a lot, apart from the developers, we have the designers, we have the QA people as well. Then we have the data analysts as well, because for everything we do, we take a informed decision, and we need to understand what is happening, why people are behaving the way they are behaving, and what we can do to, you know, solve this problem. You know, so products solve this problem. Any product you see around, you know, is solving a problem. This mic is solving the problem. You know, that's how it is used, otherwise I'll be streaming, you know, without the mic. So it's solving the problem. So the product manager kind of do those research, do the market analysis, look at what competition is out there, and then look at what is relevant for now, you know, what is relevant for the future, you know, and then begin to engage the organization. You know, so product manager in an organization almost like sits in between the tech and then the business event. You know, so there is a business objective. At Google, what's our goal? That goal is communicated to the product manager. Then what does the product manager do? We translate all of those things, we consume all of those ideas. We, from our research and insights, we come up with products that will help the organization achieve their goal, achieve their objectives. You know, and then we sit in between that space, relating ideas and concepts coming from business, and then connecting the tech aspect of it to provide a tangible product that we can put in people's hands to solve the problem.
Excellent. Now let's move to the next book. Let's talk about the orange one, right? The strategic product leader. So tell us about the mission, the purpose of the book, what's the book about, what's the key message, and who is the book written for? Please tell us about that.
Thank you, Musa. So the first one, the second book is a build up on the first. The first will kind of provide a practical guide. If I'm getting into product management, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? What qualifications do I need? What certifications do I need? So that first book, Product Manager's Playbook, provides that. And again, it's also set to be a playbook in the sense that intentionally, because it has to do with the daily day-to-day activity of what the product manager does. But getting a job now, what do I do? If you are faced with any challenges, you know, it's not challenges, but it's challenge, you know. And we try the challenges. You know, if you are faced with any task, how do you go about resolving this? What do you need to come up on top of? All right, so that kind of provide the guide as well. Then who also need to also associate with. Yeah, because your association as well has a lot of influence on what you end up becoming. So that's Product Manager's Playbook. That's a lot of things in detail, you know. And they are not just theoretical things, not theoretical things, but practical things, you know. So for everything written in there are practical examples, applicable example, you know, in there. And then a strategic product leader is a build up on that, meaning that, yeah, I'm already in the field. Now I need to take my organization or my product to the next level. I need to tap on new innovation or bring about new innovation to the market or to the world. What do I need to do? How do I go about this? So the second goal, how do I also leverage the data as well? Because in our world, we don't just take decisions, we take informed decisions. All right, and I'm sure a lot of you, everybody here would have also experienced that. You probably checking some things in your phone, and before you know it, what you just check in your phone, you begin to see commercials or adverts relating to what you just read being pushed. Why? Because there are some people behind the scene looking at you, watching how you behave, watching your browsing behavior, Or Netflix, for example. Netflix will look at what you are thinking. If I'm the product manager of Netflix, for example, I want to know where you're going, how you're navigating, what you're touching. All of those things give me a good understanding of the kind of person our product is relating with and how we can solve their problem. If you are searching for a particular thing, it's mainly that, okay, maybe you are looking for maybe movies or information that day. And then if I get to have a handful of people looking for such information, then it tells me, yeah, there's an opportunity here. And then I create a product to speak to that thing. And then I put it in to meet your needs. All right. So it's about solving a problem, meeting people's needs, provide a solution. And that's strategic product leader. Just take a very deep look into that space for already experienced product managers. Not just experienced, but also product managers that also want to take things to the next level. So that's kind of it's a very, very useful tool for everyone. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And now this project has a social impact to it. So please tell us about that social impact and how does this project support charitable initiatives? Please tell us about that.
All right, thank you for that question. So we got people from around the world that needs to be reached. All right, and we delving into this is to make people's life better. I can tell you, if you delve into this industry and you know what your own is, your life is going to be good for it. And if your life is good, then the life of people around you also will be impacted as well. Either by literally touching people with tangible things, or touching people with insight or wisdom. So all of those things kind of provide impact. Then taking it to the next level, where we're putting it on social learning platforms. That tells you that the impact is boundless. Because if we have these courses on platforms like Addison or LinkedIn Learning or even Udemy, people are going to be able to learn, improve, metamorphose, improve their lives, pick up careers and advance well in their careers as well. And if we have that, maybe social impact is of balance as well. Because it will make youth getting direction. It will make men and women also getting direction, leading by learning as well. And then our generation can only just be better for it, not just now, but even the next generation.
Let's please Thank you so much, Matt. So I want to take us to a practical action steps. Since we have come here to support this project, I want to list out the ways in which we can support this project, and then we'd be happy to take questions and answers afterwards. So there are various ways in which yourselves, as well as people who you know, may support this project. First of all, the book is for sale. So the proceeds, part of the proceeds of the sale of the book will go towards advancing the project. Number one, digitizing this content into e-learning, audio-visual format. Number two, supporting the social impact objectives of this project. So that's one way in which to support this project, by purchasing the book. And we have there'll be a slide that's on the screen. I don't know if it's up there already, but that will have the details in terms of how to support the project. There we go. So there's a QR code which you can scan, and that is one of the other ways in which you can support the project. Number one, by purchasing this book. It's available as a physical copy. You also are able to purchase this book as a gift, or purchase both books as a gift for someone who you think is, would benefit from this kind of knowledge. And then thirdly, the books are available on Amazon, so they can be purchased on Amazon.
Leading by learning as well. And then our generation can only just be better for it, not just now, but even the next generation.
Let's please give that. Excellent. Thank you so much, Matt. So I want to take us to a practical action steps. Since we have come here to support this project, I want to list out the ways in which we can support this project, and then we'll be happy to take questions and answers afterwards. So there are various ways in which yourselves, as well as people who you know, may support this project. First of all, the book is for sale. So part of the proceeds of the sale of the book will go towards advancing the project. Number one, digitizing this content into e-learning, audio-visual format. Number two, supporting the social impact objectives of this project. So that's one way in which to support this project, by purchasing the book. And we have there'll be a slide that's on the screen. I don't know if it's up there already, but that will have the details in terms of how to support the project. There we go. So there's a QR code which you can scan, and that is one of the other ways in which you can support the project. Number one, by purchasing this book. It's available as a physical copy. You also are able to purchase this book as a gift, or purchase both books as a gift for someone who you think is, would benefit from this kind of knowledge. And then thirdly, the books are available on Amazon, so they can be purchased on Amazon, whether as physical print copies, as well as digital copies on Kindle, which is, for myself, my personal preference. I've already got the 2 books on my Kindle, and I'm really super keen to get into both of the books. So those are the ways in which you can support the program. So I really do encourage you, please do scan that QR code so that we can get your details. And then you can also engage with us and with the author, Matthew, to find out more information about the book and the projects. So those are the main ways. I just want to perhaps hand over to Matt, just to see if there's anything that you want to mention in addition in terms of how people can support the project.
All right, thank you, Musa. So we've got the physical copies here, and I said the physical copies here are mainly to just raise support for the project. All right, we are in that digital age. I mean, I'm happy that for everybody that will volunteer to support, are able to also go home with these copies as well. But beyond that as well, they are also available on Amazon.com as well, the 2 books. In fact, the 3 books. There's one other book, there as well, starting over. During the QA session, I'll get to talk to you about that. All right. I mean, from the details provided on there, and we can please support. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Let's please give that a round of applause. So we've now reached that part of our program where we will go into the questions and answers. Post the questions and answers. I will hand over to Matthew, who will do the vote of thanks and close out. So, willing to take questions. We'll start with first 3 questions. We'll do 3 questions per round. I'll facilitate, and then Matthew is here to answer those questions for us. So please, by show of hands, if there are any questions, please do raise your hand, and then we'll take the questions. Yes, I see there's one question from our poet MK. Are there any other questions at the back? The light is in my eyes, so let's see. Yes, another question. We've got 2. Any others? Okay, 3 and 4. So we'll go to Coach MK, then we'll come to yourself, sir, and then yourself. And then we'll actually might as well take the 4th one in this round as well. Perhaps we can use this as a roving mic. I don't know if it will cause any feedback. Is that okay?
For the guest Matt, I've got this $1 million question. Forgive me, I'm a poet. I just want to ask, as authors, what was the driving force that pushed you to come up with this kind of a product? That's my question number 1. Number 2 is that, are you willing to take this to areas like vets and speak to Susan Poison? I think the product, government too, it's very much useful. I can tell you now, I smell something from those 2 books. Definitely sure, one way or the other, we can see difference in our society. We can see difference. Remember, the human rights activists on the other side. Now I see the bridge. You are building the bridge. By now, I will suggest courier some to our president. I will be pleased if you do so. Thank you.
Thank you. I think let's just answer them.
Answer them one at a time. Sure.
Alright, so in terms of motivation, earlier this year, I was at the UK, so I attended a forum for corporate Liverpool. And in this case, we met with several other techie leaders from the UK and leaders of startups as well. And we also had some cut-out sessions, but you will see that everybody is just longing and craving for information. Alright? Because we are at that age where everybody is looking for the next, and they either don't know how or they don't know what. Alright. Then, beyond that as well, from the testimonials, I've also gotten people, mentees also, that are really building up fast, with so much thirst and hunger to just be better and improve, and also navigate career paths as well. Okay, so that kind of gave me that motivation to say, okay, you know what, instead of me having to go one-on-one all the time, let's have a kind of forum where we have all of this information, paths and direction clearly written out that everybody can have access to across the world, in South Africa and beyond. Alright, that's one. Then in terms of being open to taking this further, I can tell you that while we push it online, the wonderful lady from Canada reached out to me and said, you know what, there are so important gentlemen that we would like to link you up with that deals with startups in South Africa. Startups meaning businesses that are just not so big, have little capital, but want to do something. And what their job is to assist in resourcing this startups with the necessary information they need to take their business to the next level. Be it products they are developing or services they are developing. So that's also in the pipeline that I'm also going to be following up with. And I believe that will not only impact, it will impact even to the grassroots as well, because we've got a lot of ideas at the grassroots that needs the lights, that needs direction, that needs clear-cut understanding of why what, how, and then when. You understand? For the fact that I've got a product now, doesn't mean I have to trace it to the market already. When should it be asked? How should I go about it? What exactly should be the product I should be working on? There are some products that are good created in the sense that it just look exciting, but it is not what is needed. So in the product spaces where we delve into the nitty-gritty of what exactly is the need of the people, what exactly is the problem that we have to solve, and then all of this will kind of equip them to be able to answer these questions and solve problems. Thank you. I hope that answers the questions.
The second question. Thank you so much. I don't know where to start, but I'd like to congratulate you.
Thank you, sir.
In such a short space of time, you've done well.
Thank you, sir.
I know you will, this probably is just the beginning, and very soon we probably will have to start booking appointments to get to you. All right. Now, I heard you talked about mentoring people and one-on-one, and then going to a community kind of thing. So I want to guess, is that like a webinar kind of thing that you do? Or you just have like a forum where people come and, ask questions, and you're able to leverage on your insights. Now, I have a little question. There are times that in that large space, people get lost, and hopes can get dashed. So I want to make an appeal. If it is possible to have, it will train you a bit, some one-on-ones, and then some community stuff, because I have someone I'm going to hand over to you straight away. And when I just sat down here and I listened, I said, yes, this is what I've been looking for. I'm just going to hand over the person to you. But I also want to speak ahead. He's just there because some people we learn at different paces. Some people will drop off if the pace is too fast. So that's the appeal of making ahead. And just let me know maybe how that training can be done. Okay, because I know, this person is very passionate about what he's doing, and he's been cheated a couple of times, but he's at the struggle to spit in space now. So, what do you have to offer for that kind of person?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Alright, just to also let you know that this amazing man you're looking at is also a part of my journey as well. Alright, so currently I do a lot of one-on-one currently. And all of those guys you see, they are one-on-ones, one-on-ones. And there is currently a call for a forum-like kind of thing, because everybody is sitting at different parts of the world and having different challenges. So there's really calling for me having that forum where everybody brings on board their different challenges and we learn off each other. And then we take those learnings back to our different organizations and improve. So I think after now, it's also one of the things I'll be looking at as well. But currently, I'm doing one-on-one. I don't think people are doing one-on-one with currently in the house. So I'm currently doing that. And I won't stop doing that as well, because I have been helped. Before this book, I wrote a book called Starting Over. So I also came to a point where I have to tear everything down and then rebuild. So, and if God can bring me this far, and there are much more optimistic now that there is nobody who can pull up. I'm very, very optimistic. So, again, meeting people, the first thing would be to look at their background, what experience are they bringing on board, because nothing we've done so far is trashed. They're all still relevant to where we're going, only that we need to properly align them so when we know that's where we're going. So that's now, I do with a lot of people, currently in South Africa, a lot of one-on-ones, also outside of South Africa as well, I also do. Thank you, sir. Thanks for that question.
I want to comment and share an idea that came to mind, particularly because we have a guest in our audience who is involved in an organization called Africa to Queen Services, which I would like to put us on the spot a little bit because in a way that's something that does connect us. So I want to position that question. I think it relates to what the poet MK has mentioned, but in terms of social impact and that kind of organization. I'm saying this because we've explicitly collaborated on this, where Matthew was a trainer for our organization, chronology facilitator. My question is, what ideas do you have for where this information can be transmitted, disseminated in that forum through that organization?
So myself, Mosa, and Mosa's wonderful organization also collaborates to do trainings for people from less privileged backgrounds, that want to venture into the IT space, and then we take, from the ground, and then we collaborate with Africa to Go. I think we stepped out. Already, but we collaborate where they kind of scout, interview, and pull up talents together that are supported and funded. And then myself also working with amazing organization that Mosa was also a part of, Chronology. We come on, put a plan together to look at what exactly what information do we need to furnish these people with, and by the end of this training, at what heights should they be? So I think it's taken through about 3 months. 3 months or more. 3 months. Of rigorous training, and in that training we bring in people to teach them soft skills, to teach them programming languages as well. I also go into that space to also teach agile product management as well. And at the end of the day, you also get to do projects in the course of that 3 months. At the load of information they have been loaded with, by the end of that 3 months, they're already doing projects. And I think they also come out with a certification, a professional certification, at the end of that training as well. So that's, I kind of do it passionately because it's a way of me also giving back as well. And for everybody I connect with as well, it's a way of me also giving back as well. Thank you. I hope I answered.
Yes, definitely. Can we please give a round of applause?
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to say congratulations on this initiative. Well, I think the point has just hit the nail. The question I just want to ask about those, he hit the nail straight up. But in the light of having the less privileged, and I could also tell that the trajectory the reach out is very, very wide. Is there any medium through which we could reach out to the less privileged with languages in the social media or whichever medium with which you will use in reaching most of these less privileged ones that you want to guide and direct? Will there be provision for other languages starting from the continent here, and with the testimonies there, I could say make other languages around the world are delving into your good work. So the first of all is the Africanism around Africa here. If there are provisions for other languages. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your good question. All right, so I think we are in that digital age now that once things are put out in English, I mean, technology now can transcribe and translate. You know, this morning, my wife was showing me something this morning about ChatGPT speaking pidgin English. You know? You know? So, and the person was just relating to ChatGPT to say, you know, ChatGPT, can you? I want to make my breakfast. Can you relate to me in pidgin English? And ChatGPT was like, no, I can hear. All right, so we're getting to that age where I think that barrier has been broken. All right, if you go on any sites now, for example, you can get a language selection feature on that site. And once you click, you get a drop down, you pick any language. If you pick Afrikaans, for example, or Zulu, it will translate everything on that page to Zulu. You know, so that's how, you know, advanced, you know, the world is getting to now. You know, so I mean, fundamentally, these are just done in English because it's a medium everybody can relate and connect to. But then, beyond that now, they will also have option to say, translate this to my language, and I believe they can benefit. Thank you. I hope that answers the question.
Wow. Good evening. I'd like just to make more or less like a follow-up question to what he asked, especially that I'm coming from the political world as well, that's from the church world. Are there any chances that you will help us localize your information, especially talking about our African context? Because looking at the book being too corporate, we are faced with very serious issues right now. Issues of presidency, issues of service delivery. And you look at the presidency, I don't know how we call it in Africa, but I'm sure if it is going to have product managers there, we are going to be delivering better than we are doing so far. Because you have a person that is in the presidency, wakes up in the morning because the wife argued with him. He just comes up with all kinds of things, and you are not sure who is managing the presidency and those managing the president. And even just in the political space, we don't have product managers there. So today, when I come up with the programs for electioneering, I just want to win the elections, and after that, I'm gone. So how are you going to help us? Because as long as we remain corporate, we're not going to change so much on our continent, including companies. They'll keep on suffering. Our product managers will actually be getting pushed around as they really are getting. Even in the church, we are the fastest growing church in the world, here in Africa. But you find that nobody manages the pastoral. There are problems there, because as long as I feel high and anointed, I say whatever I feel like saying. And nobody feels like they can manage me I'm supposed to be a product that will be managed by people around there. How are you going to help us? Have you ever thought about it? I'm sorry.
That's a big one. All right, so to start with, there are product managers all over, but it will start with whosoever is in position of leadership, having that genuine interest to solve the people's problem. You know, because if you genuinely want to solve the people's problem, then you pull up with you people that has the know-how, understanding, that can help you achieve those goals. Because what the business world does is not different from what the church does. I tell you, I've been on both sides now. You know, this is products. What problem is this product solving? You know, if you can address that question, then we'll be able to make people's needs. All right. Then, in terms of the government being open to also bring in talents to support. So it depends on how genuine they are. Why are they in power? You know, service delivery is an issue. Is it that we don't have expertise and skills to resolve those things? We do. We do, but the right people need to be brought into the right places, you know, for those issues to be resolved. You know. So, I mean, it could happen in government, but in the corporate South Africa, they will never tolerate that. Because they know their lives depend on it. If a product is failing, you don't wait until it's, you know, so products also has a life cycle. All right. So when a product gets to a point where it's going down, at that point we need to have a kind of a retrospective. Is this product still meeting needs? If not, should we shut this product down? We need to make a call to say, okay, let's shut it down. If we are not going to shut it down, then we need to reimagine the product. So it's coming down like this. When we reimagine, then it goes up again. At the point of reimagine is when we come to reality with the new needs, the new challenges, and then we factor that product to meet those new needs and challenges. And then if we do that, then the product picks up again. Right? But if we don't get to that point of being very realistic with ourselves, then the product is just going to fail. All right. So the same thing also with government as well. Where are we now? Why are people leaving this party to that party? It means there's something there are some questions that you need to ask. There are some needs that are no longer met. All right. Then if we go ahead and re-engineer and then refactor the products, it begins to meet new needs, and then the people becomes more happy and they get the support. The party get their support. All right. So also if we take that into the religious world as well, you know, if the right needs are met, then our impact will not be downplayed. You understand what I mean? You know, the impact will not be downplayed. So when the impact is being downplayed, it means something is wrong somewhere. That's we need to address. How I answer?
Thank you so much, Matt. We will check. We are way past time. I want to check how many. We'll do one more round of questions, and then we'll give to our author to close for us. Please, show of hands. Please let me know if yes, we have one question, two, another one for myself. Okay, 3. Is that it? 4. Excuse me? It can be a comment as well. Right, so you'll be the 4th. So one more time, it's 1,
2, 3, and 4. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's not a question, rather, it's a comment. After listening to everyone, all the comments and the questions and the answers, thank you for the insight. It's good to be here. I would say the why the book was written has been answered, the how it's going to be disseminated, and when and where has been answered. But I'm curious, this book, yes, it addresses the corporate world, and it can address the other leaders in different organizations, even in church. The examples have been made. Then now, my question, or rather my comment would be, I think solution has to be given, or rather be implemented from the grassroots, right? When we plant a tree, we don't start with the leaves and the branches. We plant a seed, and then it takes root, and then it grows. So with all these beautiful, helpful and insightful strategies that you put together, now I'm thinking, what about our little ones? When we're looking at the developed countries like the Asian countries, for example, they teach their little ones from primary school skills that they need. This is more or less like academic, if I may say. I didn't go through it. I don't know if there are any practical things that we as maybe corporate leaders can implement or exercise or practice in the primary level or the interface in developing our little ones. Because we can try and solve the problems with our government, with ourselves, but what about the generation that we're looking at now, AMA 2000s, as we call them, the life they are living and everything else? This won't really entice them, won't really push them to anything, because they are in a different era, they are in a different time that they are living in. So I think if we need to solve maybe most of our problems, like books that will be very relevant to the little ones, maybe try to push the agenda with the curriculum that we have, because our education system is in shambles, everyone knows. Whatever we're teaching or wherever, some of us have experienced that whatever you're learning now, you cannot apply it in this world that we're living in now at work. You still have to learn something again, just like your books, to compete with other worlds. Like when we're looking at Africa, where are we going? If we just push ourselves when we are up here, what about the ones who are coming up? So my rather cry to everyone who is around here, mother, father, corporate leader, religious leader, how do we maybe penetrate the primary level as authors and as people in the corporate world? That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good question. So this book has been strategically written to also involve practical examples. So when we say product management, it doesn't mean everything on there is really applicable in the corporate world. It's also something we can practically apply to our lives as well. All right. Let's say agility, for example. How willing are you to change? So it starts with the person. Are you ready for change? Then if you are ready for change, then you are in a good space also to change, bring change to the world around you. You understand what I mean? So I appreciate the concern for the little ones, but what about the teacher teaching the little ones? So if they don't change, there is no way they will bring change to those guys, because they are also just dumping on them what's being dumped on them. You understand? So it will be who is in charge, embracing change, embracing learning. Where is the world going? The way we are brought up is not the way the new generation now is being brought up. So we need to expose ourselves to that change, apply those changes to our lives, then begin to apply those changes as well to the upcoming generation as well. I mean, it would be a joy if some of this content can be translated to those understandable language in their level. It would be a joy, but if we get the forum to be able to do that, I'll be very glad to delve into it. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, this is just my last question to you, servants. I'm enjoying you like a cake. How can one use, because I find these two books being a truth confronting tool, then how can the same two products advance to one as a leader? My manager on the left-hand side as a leader too wants to use the very same tools. I'm happy that she's here with me. I'm also in government. So actually now I just say I'm very much lucky, because now truly I'm in government. I'm a development practitioner too. Yes, we deal with the development within the municipality I want to mention. Because the main thing for me, apart from poetry, is to see change in people. How do you wish to see these tools viral? How do you want us to tap into it to make this viral? That's my wish. Can you give one that thing to make this viral? Because I find it as a truth confronting tool. That's how short I can say it.
Thank you for that question. All right, so it will be everybody becoming agents of change. So where you are, it will start with you and your family. Where are we? We being very sincere with ourselves. Where are we? What needs to change? How do we go about that change? What will bring that change? Who and who do we need to be able to engage this change? Because until you realize there is a problem, then there is no problem. You get what I mean? Until you realize things need to change, then everything will remain the same. So for everybody to be involved, for everybody to, first of all, imbibe this, change yourself, then look for every opportunity and every forum to discuss this. You understand what I mean? So if I'm in the government, yes. Do we need this skill, this experience in here? Yes, let's bring it to play. If I'm in the school environment, do we need this change? Yes, let's bring it to play. If I'm in a religious environment, I get a lot of stuff now that I wish that the religious environment can implement. So much wisdom sitting somewhere here that is being blocked from the other world. That if implemented will take us to the next level. And also in our society as well. But most importantly, it starts with you. How agile are you? Are you ready? Are you ready to change? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to learn new things? Are you willing to dump everything you've learned and then start relearning? I've had opportunity to speak with some religious leaders as well, and I told them, sir, if you want to pull this journey, I said, you see the way you spend 5 hours praying. I said, you will use the same 5 hours to study. You will study like you are praying. They thought I was joking. But That is how it was with me. That is how I took it. The same zeal, the same energy that I pumped into spiritual things, I also pumped the same level of energy into this as well. You know, ask my wife, I can be on my desk from Monday to night, studying, learning new skills. All right, I volunteer. There is a brother here, Bro Steve Afro. He's not here. I went to him to teach me graphic design. I was reporting to his house every day to learn graphic design. Why? Because coming into this field, I identify all of the different skills I need to learn. Identify who has this information that will take me to the next level. And I begin to go after them one by one. Then couple with your own personal resource as well. We have YouTube there. YouTube itself is a university. It will give you what to ask from it. You know. So get resources. And to even say that education is expensive is now a fallacy. That I don't have money to train myself is no longer an excuse. You know, because I also picked this up when I had nothing. I had nothing. But then I didn't allow that to also stop me from learning. Every learning I can get for free, I go after it. I learned project management with the university in the UK for free. But if I didn't go after such, I would never know that there was an opportunity to study. I would have, been sulking, sitting in my chair, thinking, I don't have money to study. I studied business analysis by myself. A lot of the skills that, because becoming a product manager is a combination of different skill sets. And then from where I'm coming from as well, the background I'm also bringing into this as well, became relevant in this space. Because in that circle, in the religious circle, we were organizing events. That's project management. You didn't know. Just one man who coordinates the whole crusade. And you don't know what kind of skill you are sitting on. And the planning and everything. You don't know what kind of skill you're sitting on. So bringing all of that now into this space, now it became, it began to make sense. Oh yes, this is why you're here, this is why you're here, this is why you're here. Then we begin to connect the dots and see why God is taking you through different routes to learn things. And then you realize that everybody you've met along the way have been relevant to your growth and development because everybody has dropped something in you, knowingly or unknowingly. All right. I hope I've answered your question.
This is the final comment, and then we'll close.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is John. Congratulations again, Pastor Matt. Some of us call him Pastor Matt because we met him in church first before he went into IT. So, in the first round of questions, I didn't want to ask because I had a question which I didn't want to ask, but I noticed that the way they were coming, the questions just by default went to what I wanted to ask. So I know this book is written for professionals in the IT space to help them manage products. So this has been answered though, but what came up to my mind was, are the skills in this book transferable to other aspects? But it was very quick for me to know that I don't think there are any product owners in this room right now. Because I see people asking, okay, can they use the skill in this book for this, for that? But thank you for answering that. I also wanted to say, I was almost not commenting because some people have said it, but just for emphasis sake, all right. I know we've talked about catering for the less privileged and all that, but I think there is this gap in the space where you have privileged people as well, right? When you were talking, I'm a front-end developer, and I could begin to, remember some of the challenges we had with some of the projects that I had worked on, simply because we didn't have a product owner. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a real struggle. And at some point, because I was the lead developer in that project, I knew there was a gap. I was trying to communicate to the bosses to say, this is not my area, but I think we need. So I feel that aside you writing for professionals, I think there should be some materials out there to maybe educate IT owners. I've worked with a couple of startup companies, and I don't think they know the importance of having this piece in the whole puzzle. Because I can tell you now, in that project, the client was frustrated because we kept billing the client. The project went for so long. So just to wrap up, my appeal is there can be some knowledge from you, out there to companies that this piece is very important in the whole puzzle. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's consulting. Yes, that's consulting. So just say, this is the service, and your review, and making your company realize that you need this for things to go smoothly. Because if you have a product manager, all of the requirements would have been spelled out well ahead, and also the client also communicated and signed off on that as well. And you know you are building what the client wants. It's not that you build and then you take it to the client, when you like, the client will be like, no. I asked for 2-story building, you give me a half story. Yeah, it does happen. So in the consulting space, yeah, that happens. That happens. I mean, currently I'm working full-time with Gumtree, but I take on projects that will impact, as well. So if the opportunity comes up, why not? I'll be able to advise, and then allow the company to decide on what's the next step they want to take. But then all of the cards will be put on their table to decide.
Thank you so much, Matt, and thank you so much to our audience for those incredible questions. So I want to say one more time, in conclusion, before I hand over to Matt to do the vote of thanks and for us to close. The best way to support the project is with your rands, to make it very, very precise and specific with rands, dollars, various currencies. Through that QR code, you will then capture your details, and then we will then engage further. I think just to inspire some ideas, in the public sector space, an organization can sponsor various copies, let's say 10, 100, 1,000 copies. That's what we've seen working. If there's a conference or an event, sometimes this book can be inside the gift bag for that conference. So if you're hosting a conference or that kind of event, you can buy multiple copies of this book. Again, it's the festive season. You can also buy both copies as a gift for anyone who you feel would benefit from this. And then also, buying the copies yourself here and on Amazon as well. So I'll just encourage you, please share your contact details with us using the QR code. There's a short contact form which takes no longer than 1 minute. And then we'll just, through that, we'll reach out to you to take the next steps. So So once again, I want to take us to our author to do our vote of thanks, and then we will close. Over to you.
All right, thank you everyone, and thank you for making tonight a very memorable one. I hope it's been a worthwhile night for all of us, you know. And I mean, for me, beyond the launch, it is also being able to expose everybody to what is available around them, you know, and also for everybody to begin to tap into this as well, not just for yourself. Also now that you know that, yeah, this space exists and it's real, we can also begin to also guide the younger generation as well. So, okay, if you want to go into this path, what do you need to take? What subject do you need to start learning now? What course do you need to do at the university? And all of that. What skill sets do you need to start bringing on board? So, this kind of exposes everybody to that level. Then, I want to say a big thank you to everyone. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for showing up. Let's give you a round of applause for everyone. Thank you. So just to mention a few names, Pastor Pelo and Dr. Bibbs, thank you for showing up. Thank you so much. God bless you. Sister Fumi and my dear uncle. Our wonderful poet and his better half as well. Pastor Jerry, thank you for showing up. I also want to acknowledge my wonderful doctor at the back there. Thank you also. And I also want to acknowledge my wonderful brother here, Brother Sly, and his team. We made all of this happen, you know, the lights, the video, and all of that, streaming. I mean, afterwards, we're still going to have all of this package online also for people to still be able to listen to. Thank you. Thank you, Mosa, as well. You know, this should be one of many to come, you know, by the grace of God. Pastor Juliet. All right, my wonderful brother and his wife, Mr. Addison. Thank you, myself, for coming. Emmanuel, thank you. My wonderful brother John. Thank you. My wife will always say, Mama Principal, sister. All right, thank you. Yeah, I hope I've been able to go around everybody. Brother G, why are you hiding? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. You've been an encouragement. I can tell you a testimony of this man, you know, that remains with us. You know, thank you for being a blessing and continue to be a blessing. God bless you. Emmanuel, thank you. Emmanuel showed up this morning with a surprise band. You know, with the double bass, you see the double bass, yeah. You know, thank you everyone. And also thank you to our host, Lloyd. Thank you. Yeah, my wonderful sons. All right, so just to acknowledge that the cover of this book was designed by Samuel. So we did the research together. We were okay, go on Amazon, search for this particular book. What do they look like? Why this color? Why the yellow? Okay, go and do your research. Why do we need to use color yellow? Why do we need to use orange? So we did all of those research together, and then it came up with this design. And you can be sure that this is not the first design. There are several other designs that you understand something. This one made it true. All right. Yeah, so thank you everyone. I also need to mention someone. Angie, thank you. All right. Okay, so I mean, I would love that at least someone go with copies of this. All right. And I said it's not, we're not bringing it to sell. We just say just support and go with the box. All right. So beyond this, there's also another book here. It says Starting Over. This was also actually my first book, and this kind of detailed my experience from switching from where I was to where I am. You know, and I've come across a lot of people that are also at that space now where they just want to start over. You know, so I'm a living testimony that yeah, it can happen, and it's real. You know, it's real. You know, and you will be surprised at what you can still achieve in life. And then age is not a barrier to starting. You know, when I reached that, more than I've achieved in the last over 40 years. That's the people you've had the opportunity of mingling with, talking to, reaching out to. You know, at some points I was working with NetBank. I was relating directly with the executives of NetBank. You know, and all of those things wouldn't have come to play if I didn't take up the challenge. You know, so now you discuss with CEO. You know, one of those guys is project manager for Qatar National Bank. You know, and we work together on the same projects. You know, so it kind of exposes you. It kind of exposes you. If you take up that challenge, you will never believe what potential is still sitting on your inside. You know, so let's take it up. Don't say it's too late for me to restart. Start now. You know, start now. Start now. Start now. The change happens when we change. Okay. All right. Thank you, Moses.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Matt, and thank you so much to everyone once again. I think on that note, we can close, and yeah, we're welcome to mingle, have a look at the book, and then engage also with the Q&A. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, for those wanting to... Yes. All right.